What kind of an opportunity does this present for the Cougar cross-country teams?
Well, our national selection system is based on we get points for beating teams outside of our own region, so of the 8 regions. So if we head to the Midwest, our goal is to be able to compete against other teams like ourselves. We beat them. If they qualify for nationals automatically, we get at-large points. So that's the objective going over there, and of course the goal is to beat as many teams as possible. And hopefully, if we have a good meet at regionals in 5-6 weeks time, we can draw on those points that we earned back from Notre Dame.
Because it is such a large meet, is this a learning curve, or do you think that the team that you're taking, both on the men's and the women's side, are they used to this size of a meet?
Yeah, by the nature of the athletes that we recruit and have to attend WSU, I mean, they're all used to cross country by nature. They're used to running with 300 athletes on the line. Of course, the quality is a lot greater at a meet like this than maybe compared to the meet we just ran, Eric Anderson Memorial. So I would say for the freshmen, there's always that shock of, wow, I've just come through the 5K mark a minute faster than I did when I won the state meet, and I've got 3K to go. I think that's always tough, and at the same time being in 150th place as you're coming through that. So, but it's a pretty quick learning curve. You adapt quickly, and we do have, although I guess you could say we have a relatively young team. They're pretty experienced, and I don't think they're going into this meet this weekend with that concern. They know they can run with these men and women.
It's going to be at a golf course. Is
Yeah.
So will it mostly be on combination of grass and dirt? Will it be mostly flat, some hills? Do you know the course?
I don't know it well outside of what I've seen of race footage in the past. It's flat. It's a lot of it's down fairways, second cut type stuff. So it's a pretty quick course. The challenge can be that it can be hot sometimes this year. Years past. This year it looks like the weather's supposed to be pretty good. So I would expect that our men and women are going to probably run pretty quick.
Do you like the distance? The women are running a 5K and the men are running a 5 mile.
Yeah, it's we always, if we any opportunity we get to change it up a little bit with the 5 mile and the 8K, that's nearly the same outside of 100 meters or so. But the 1K less on the women, that's exponential if you're out there for an extra 3 or 4 minutes. So if we can get a great race in and opportunity to race some of these fantastic teams, all the while not beating up our athletes as we start to head into the championship season a little bit down the road, that's great. So we appreciate that the actual, at least on the women's side, it's a bit shorter.
Who are you looking forward to seeing compete on the women's side? Who has just come through and they're ready for a big race?
Yeah, these women have really surprised me in general this year. I mean, the way they ran last weekend, Eric. I mean, they're a good team. I don't really know how good they are, and I don't think they know how good they are. I just know that in practice and the races that we've done, they're light years ahead of where they've been. So in general, I'm really excited to see how they actually do together as a team. But on an individual, probably 3 storylines on the women. Well, obviously Ruby is certainly the way she raced last weekend. She's at such a higher level than she was a year ago. So that will be interesting to see how she does. And is she ready to make that jump to be one of the top collegiate girls in the country? She's sort of one of the best in the Northwest now, but, can she broaden that reach? Allison Clark has been running fantastic. She had a bit of a quad strain last weekend, so we just held her out, but training's well, and she's ready to race. We'd expect that she's up there with Ruby. And then Katie Fleischer, she's getting faster every weekend. She's sort of getting used to the college system. we'll let her go a little bit faster and a little bit harder this time, and we'll see how she does in her first true big-time collegiate meet.
Who do you look from the men's team to lead your team this weekend?
Wow. We've got 4 or 5 really strong guys up front. So, I think just on experience, Justin England and Jonathan Lafleur will be, sort of leading that charge of WSU men. So, but certainly guys like Drew Jordan or Andrew Gonzalez or Andrew Kimple, it wouldn't surprise me at all if one of those guys were our number one man. And it wouldn't surprise the other 4 or 5 guys too, because I would expect they're all going to be quite close to each other.